Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Biden and McCarthy and political math and political shows. And we're going to talk about unintended effects and results. And we're going to talk about a hard truth that the Republican Party is eventually going to have to face. Okay, so if you have no idea what's going on, McCarthy is floating the idea of a Biden impeachment inquiry. For what specifically? Well, we don't really know. It's just this general tone of corruption type thing. Okay, let's start with this. Unless they have concrete evidence, something real, something tangible, that nobody knows about, this is a political show. Okay? Now, I'm willing to entertain the idea that maybe they actually have something hidden away and they've managed to keep it a secret and all of that. Sure, it's possible. I don't think it's incredibly likely, but if that's the case, well, then present it. Okay? But absent that, it's a political show and nothing more. Now, why are they doing it? To energize their base. That's really the reason. A base that, frankly, they're already as energized as they are going to be. What are the unintended consequences of this? Because the real goal for something like this, if you're going to do it for political reasons, should be to convince independents that Biden is bad. That should be the goal. The problem is, without a strong case, they're going to have a really hard time doing that without actual concrete evidence. And it's going to be even harder given the fact that many of them voted against impeachment on a much stronger case for a different president. That's going to be an issue with the independents, which are the people they should, in theory, be trying to win over. The Republican Party cannot win with Republican votes alone. It's that simple. Convincing the independents is going to be hard if you voted against impeaching on a stronger case, and especially if there are already a bunch of quotes out there about picking someone to impeach. I'm saying that because there are quotes out there about that. They toyed with a bunch of different political appointees of Biden, and now they've just said, okay, well, we're just going to go after Biden. Okay. Again, the independents, they're going to see through that. They're going to know it's a show. They didn't learn anything from 2020 or 2022, which is the independents don't actually respond well to the shows. That's why Trump lost. That's a huge part of it. It's also why the Republican Party underperformed during the midterms. The social media engagement is good for social media engagement. It doesn't convert to wins. So they have all of these issues with gaining independent voters. Without a strong case, it's a show, and it looks like a show, and it's a joke. They don't win those voters with that. Then you have to look at the fact that they have a razor-thin majority, a very, very slim majority. And even if they get the impeachment vote, the show may cause Republicans in the House that are vulnerable to lose their seats. They have to really weigh whether or not to vote in favor of the impeachment. Because if they vote for it after it's shown to be a show, they may lose their seat. If that happens enough, they lose their majority. It's not really a great political move for the House. For the Republicans in the House, this isn't really a great move. It doesn't help win the presidency. It doesn't help win seats in their own chamber. It's just all bad. But it does get them social media engagement, which many of them are still reading as votes. Then, let's say they get it. They get the impeachment. What happens? Unless it is an incredibly strong case, which again, I doubt, having looked into most of these allegations, it's doomed in the Senate. It is doomed. Without concrete evidence, he doesn't get convicted. Again, the senators have voted against convicting on impeachment on much, much stronger cases. And it's just not there. The votes aren't there. In fact, I'm willing to bet there are enough partisan Democrats to block a Biden impeachment even with decent evidence. So it doesn't go anywhere. They'll look at it as payback for not convicting Trump on his impeachments. And then you have the other part of this, the Republicans in the Senate. They are not going to be happy about this hot potato being thrown at them from Republicans in the House. Republicans in the Senate have this figured out. They understand what happened in the midterms. They've got it. They are focusing on candidate quality, remember? They're trying to get away from the wild rhetoric. They're trying to recenter. And when I say that, understand, I mean come back to the center of the Republican Party, not actually like become centrists. The Republican Party is always going to be right-wing. They're going to try to move to a situation where they are seen as less inflammatory, less aligned with the losing Trump brand, because the Trump brand falls flat outside of Republican circles. They understand this. And there's the GOP in the House just say, hey, this is like totally political divisive thing that we kind of made up. Here, now you have to vote on it. And it puts them in a situation where they may have to vote along party lines to appease some of their primary voters, or they have to vote that way to maintain energy among their base, but they lose on independence. It puts the Senate in a really, really bad position, which again causes yet another fracture in the Republican Party. And then you have the real reason they're trying to do it. They need something to distract from Trump's legal issues. Unless they have some super secret evidence that nobody's allowed to see, that they haven't brought out, it's a show. And the goal is to try to distract from Trump. The hard truth that the Republican Party has to face is that nothing is going to distract from Trump's legal issues. It doesn't exist. Not the border, not inflation, not whatever they want to dream up as an outrage. Not Barbie. It's just not going to work. The former President of the United States has been indicted more than once, and the expectation is that more than one is still on the way. You wanted a president that was going to make history. Well, you got it. Nothing's going to distract from that. Aligning and attempting to distract from that just continues to hurt the Republican Party. Trump has damaged the Republican Party far more than a lot of people are willing to admit. And that damage is going to be long lasting. And the longer Republicans cling to those ever shrinking coattails, the more it's going to damage the Republican Party. It's a show, and I feel like most people are going to see it for a show. The committee hearings that they have put on, they're not getting the traction. Now, the way they're viewing it is, well, it's because it's not big enough. We need something bigger, because nobody's paying attention to our committee hearings except for our base, who really don't care. They're going to vote R no matter what. It's not winning over those independents, so we need something bigger. What they're missing is the reason nobody cares about their committees is because they know it's a show. So engaging in yet another show at higher stakes just continues to push independents away. They're tired of the circus. This will be seen as an attempt by the House to defend Trump and distract from Trump. There's no other way it can be seen. It's not going to play well. But I don't think it matters me saying this. I think they're probably going to try anyway. The only people I think could stop it is Mitch McConnell. I think he might be able to explain that this isn't a joke, and that if you send it to the Senate as a joke, we will treat it as a joke, because their only out will be to call Republicans on what they did. Otherwise, they end up in the same situation where they're pushing away independents that they need. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.